the Fleet Mag Artist Spotlight with your host, MzMinah and Media Monix. Today's special guest, recording artist Polo Baby Flako. Yes. What is going on right now? You already know it is another edition of the Fleet Mag going down, and we got an artist spotlight. I am your favorite girl right out of the city of Chicago, MzMinah _BrownDivah on all social media. Make sure y'all get in tune. Not only journalist and editor, but CEO of MzMinah Media. And I'm looking forward to talking to our guest today. Now, who I got this interview with? Who's my co-host today?
It's me, Media Monix, Tony Media Monix. I ain't got no underscore though. It's actually Tony quotations Media Monix. That might be cornier than the underscore. Yeah, it's me, man. Media Monix. Illinois Fleet DJs repping Fleet Mag today. You know what I'm saying? Excited for the interview.
All right. Yes, man. It is going down. Y'all already know how it goes. We do artist spotlight here where we putting the shine on artists that are doing their thing out here, and they are next up. We call them our future stars. So right now, coming to the screen, you already know. I'd have to say Jersey born but Florida raised. That's what I heard. It's my boy Polo Baby Flako. What's going on, my boy?
Hey, what's good? What's good, world, man? It's me. I'm him. I'm in the building.
Yes, I'm so glad you had the opportunity to join us. So hold on, Jersey born, Florida raised. Where are you? Where you from in Jersey?
Well, I was born in Patterson. You know what I mean? Born in Patterson, but I can't really flex the whole Jersey because I was really raised in Florida. So you know what I mean? I was born in Jersey. I lived in Rochester, New York until I was like 10, 11 years old. And then we moved to Florida, and I ain't gonna say my age, but let's just say, you know what I'm saying, it's 20 plus.
Okay, and you still look young, shoot. So
Polo baby, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
come on, the baby face, right?
We here.
Yes. So coming up in Florida, I know you say starting out in other places, but in Florida, can you tell us what's been some of your earliest musical influences that got you to where you are right now?
Not for sure, absolutely not. So, some of the first people that I met in Florida were actually rappers. So
Okay.
it so happened that at an early age I was influenced, and they were from up north. So from New York. So like a lot of the first artists that I listened to was foundational like that boom bap hip hop. Big Pun, Most Def, Cannabis. Artists with that lyrical foundation, Jay-Z. And then, as I grew up in Florida, I got, it was right around that trap era that kind of influenced me as well. So, the T.I.s, the Gucci's, the Jeezys, and to be honest, like super honest, I was really taken away by the clips, so
Okay.
Pusha T is one of my favorite artists. So,
I
I've
can see that.
always been kind of like in between, kind of like that lyrical, but still, on that bounce, on that kind of trap, that catchy, what I'm saying, that bounce.
Mm-hmm. Man, you named some good ones, boy. I love a lot of those artists that you said, and they definitely kind of are in a certain realm of music. With your career, when did you realize like that you wanted to do this? When you knew that you wanted to be in music your own self?
Well, my first studio session was like 14, 15 years old. And big shout out to Kissimmee Sticks. Stick Spot Studios. He's a legend. He's a legend out here in 407. And he's actually engineered for, Outkast. He used to be an engineer out there in Atlanta. So, I had the privilege at an early age to already be recording with some of the best in music, locally, and they've worked with people nationally. So I was exposed to like higher caliber, higher quality of music at an early age.
Your sound is extra East Coast.
Yeah, absolutely. So, so with this latest project and kind of the direction, because I took a 6-year hiatus. So
Right.
during that 6-year hiatus, I was doing like photography and film. And then I
Mm-hmm.
kind of fell back. Like if you listen to a lot of my earlier music, it's a lot more trap influence. Cause during that time I was like living what I was rapping about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was immersed into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like a whole way of life. You know what I mean? So that was a lot of reflection in my music, but I was always influenced from a lyrical foundation. So now that with this new rebirth and like, coming back out of this hiatus, it's
The
kind of, I've
rebrand.
taken it back to that sound where, you know, it's more of like, you know, a lyrical structure, lyrical foundation, and you know, more of an evolution. But
Right.
we still get money, and we still got music that touches that.
You talk a lot about how men kind of don't deal with or tap into mental health, and things that they're going through. Did your hiatus that you took have anything to do with something that you were going through? And was it tied directly to the music, and that's why you kind of took a break on that?
Yeah, you know, you know, I had my son, I got married, you know what I mean? I bought a crib, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I was really transitioning from like a certain way, you know what I'm saying, into, you know, into who I am as a person now, you know? So during that hiatus was when I really got into videography, photography, and, you know, that really was like paying you know, it paid the bread, you know? When I was doing the music, you know, I was getting money, but all that money I was blowing, like it costs like 1,000, it costs like 1,500 to shoot a music video, and that's just for the videographer. You know what I'm saying? We still gotta pop the bottles, we gotta get the outfits, we still gotta. So we throwing a lot of bread into videos, and then it just kind of clicked with me, like a lot of the directions and videographers that I would hire, I'm the one pretty much doing all the work anyway, like giving them
Yeah.
the direction and everything. So
Mhm.
I ended up just investing, starting my LLC. And then, you know what I'm saying, getting my own studio equipment, getting my own camera equipment, start shooting my own videos at first. And then I started picking up clients. But then once the clients took over, you know, like a wedding will pay you, a, you know what I'm
Couple
saying?
thousand at
Like,
least.
That's good money, huh?
it's some money that you like, whoa, like, and all I had to do was stand here and just do this for a couple
Yeah.
hours, you know what I'm saying? So I did that for a couple years. And then like I said, you know, Benny Blanco from the Low Lives out here in Orlando. They started a chapter in Orlando, Low Life Orlando, and they're like a, you know, nationwide, you know, culture, whole movement of polo heads. And you know what I'm saying? Like I wear polo my whole life. I worked at polo, so you know what I'm
Okay.
saying. So like it
Polo
just kind of
boy, huh?
all the pieces all came together. And he knew me from the street, so he was like, bro, like I see you doing the camera, but like why don't you, you know, do the rap again? I know producers,
Yeah.
I know all these people, and then he put me in with all these people. So you know, had it been trap producers, I'll be dropping a lot of trap music right now. But a lot of the beats I've been getting is that boom bap. So like whatever you send me, I'ma slide on it.
I know that's right. That's so crazy that when it comes to the finances, like life be life, and sometimes,
Oh yeah.
yeah, we be like, man, I got to take care of this and take care of that. But what I'm hearing is you just picked up the camera, so you never took no training, nothing. You just self-taught on it, huh?
YouTube University.
Like people don't realize that sometimes when a person just picks up on a passion or something, that's a special person. That's a smart person that really can do it. So over the time with your investments in that, do you feel like you've grown and learned more? So this time in the music, you know what to do and how you're going to generate your money a little bit better,
Absolutely. You know, there's no losses, there's only lessons. You know what I mean? So,
right?
you know what I mean? So we basically, you know, we've restructured, we've rebranded, we've, you know what I'm saying, recreated our you know, our system, you know what I mean? We created a system, and then now once you create your mood, like your system, then you just run with it. So now
Mhm.
we just on go.
Do you have a direction that you want to take your sound? Like chances you want to take with your music that you haven't done before?
This year I intend on it. I mean, I feel like I experimented a lot, you know, years ago. You know, I've even done Spanglish records. I'm Dominican, so you know, I've done Spanglish records. So, you know, I got records like that. Right now I'm just, you know, the plan that's been implemented, you know, what's directly in front of me has been a lot of the boom bap and just tapping into my lyrical ability and showing, you know, because rap, like people want to hear mute like raps nowadays.
Yes.
So now that that demand is back, you know what I'm saying, I'm tapping into that. And then, you know, I'm still gonna have some bops. So like when you get, you know, when you listen to like those are EPs that I'm working specifically with producers, but when you hear like my full album, which will be Try Harder 4 Part 4. So I got a whole series. Try Harder 4, that's gonna be like when I use multiple producers, it'll be like, you know, a more of extensive project, and then that'll have a wide range of sounds, you know, which is, you know, I got bops, I got, you know, I got a little bit of everything.
And I think Adobo was radio ready.
Yeah, yeah, man. Big shout out to Weaverman. They do a lot of like promo, and they've been saying that like Cleveland's picked it up. Like certain cities have been picking it up. So, you know, we're gonna run with it.
It's got that fire. You know what I mean? It definitely does, and we do a lot of stuff where we're bringing the cultures together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it does a lot of collaborating with that. It's like we want to dance, we want to move, we want to rap. You getting the ladies, you getting the guys, you getting the blacks, you getting Hispanic, everybody. So is that something that's important to you to be able to bring the cultures together, or bring different bridging the gap? I want to say with a lot of stuff with things that we go through out here in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. Like if you actually, like as you go down like the rabbit hole of my catalog, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause you'll like a lot of people will be surprised. Like I got plenty music and I dive into a lot of different topics, you know what I'm saying? More than just like, just that
The streets and
surface
stuff.
level,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like we can get deep and that's really what I want my listeners to get away. So when you actually like if you listen to New Legend, like you'll hear like there's messages in there and there's tones that I want people to run with. And, definitely like, in my opinion, if anybody's racist to me, like that's like low IQ, you know what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
like, if you feel like somebody's the same color, the same person will still snake you. So it's like real come in any color, you know what I'm saying? You're going to listen to the message, you're going to get something away from it. And if you see how I move, you're going to see all kinds of races around me. And, I'm in Orlando, so we got every race out here already. So it's like, we not tripping on that. You know what I'm saying? We tripping on, we trying to get money. We trying to stay out of jail. You know what I'm saying? And we want to leave something for our babies.
Thanks. I feel like your music has like it's an adult street type of theme.
Right, right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Like I'm out here, but I'm grown up,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
real.
yeah.
And it's really to me, like I think some of the production is like some of it's in acquired taste. A couple of them is like, oh yeah, that's that. But it's a lyricist paradise.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
I'm comfortable saying that. Like if you're into lyrics, you're listening to this.
Right,
It's like you just said, it's message music.
right, right.
Like you really talking some sense.
Yeah, even
And I
even on some of my most like when some of my most ignorant records, you know what I'm saying? There's always gonna be something in there like that's still gonna be like, all right, cool, like we ignorant, but hold on, we going, you know what I'm saying? We still level headed, you know what I mean?
we got some game for you too.
Yeah.
And that's the move when you can do that. And the so now I'm gonna have to go listen to your catalog because now I'm interested in the growth.
Yeah, appreciate it,
Because
appreciate it. Yeah,
the records that got sent to us sound like growth.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the final form right there. You get in the final form, but you could go through the Flaco Blanco series. Flaco Blanco 1, Flaco Blanco 2, Trap Testament 1, Trap Testament 2, the Green Fever series, Green Fever 1, Green Fever 2, Green Fever
Right.
3, Try Harder series,
Okay,
and
show
then
off.
I'm working on Try Harder 4 right now. So
You show off. Okay.
Man, that's so when you look at these series and things that you've done, what do you feel like the difference is from like a volume one to what you hear in volume four?
I mean, the growth, ultimately, like even the message is still there, but it's different circumstances within that message. You know what I mean? So like a Green Fever 1, Green Fever is a concept I created. Like being broke makes me sick. I got green
Mm.
fever. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
So like,
wow.
so it's more so like you got, or it could be like you got that itch, like you trying to get to this money. So Green Fever is like the basis of that, and there's music, it's trap, it's heavy bass, you know what I'm saying, and it's just getting to that chicken, you know what I'm saying. Green Fever 2 is when you start getting that, we still get into that chicken, but now there's certain stories coming into play, so so on and so forth. And then Green Fever 3, you'll hear like it just, now we're getting into like deeper stories and of consciousness, and all kinds and the Trap Testament is you got the streets mixed with God, the spirits, like it gets real crazy.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
So man, this sounds super dope. Like Monix said, we need more. I need to hear more of this, you know what I'm saying?
For sure, I can for sure,
Flako.
I got you. And then the Trap
Hey,
Testament that comes from that, like some of my Clips influence. Because if you listen to like
Mhm.
Pusha T and Malice,
Yes,
they always tap in with God, even because God is always with you, even when you're in the streets. So
that's right. Yeah, so
yo,
you
you
better
need to
believe it. It's the only thing get you back home sometimes at the end of the day.
amen.
What's your process of writing music? Are you hear the beat first or write the lyrics, freestyle and then write down what you said? Like, oh yeah, that was cold. Like, what's your actual process for making a hit?
It starts with the music, like it got to talk to me. So if a certain beat and if I'm in that mode, if I'm in that, what I'm saying, wherever I'm at, everything has to deal with alignment, you know. So if we align, then that's how boom, that's how that record come out. I really don't try to force it, but even when I do force it, you know, I always try to force it in a sense like it's something that it's kind of like, okay, I'm not really feeling this beat, but I can see how I put myself in a different perspective of others. Like somebody might want to like rap fast on that. So you know what? Let me rap fast on that. You know what I'm saying? Like I normally wouldn't rap fast on it, but I said let me switch the flow up. Like I love the flow always. Like I be,
So
you know what I'm
you like a
saying?
challenge.
Yeah, always, always.
Yes. Are you a freestyler as well?
Nah, I don't freeze. I used to, but I really started like once I started releasing a lot of music, I really started staying away from freestyling because I got to a point where when I get heard, I want to be heard how I'm supposed to be heard.
That's right.
And if it's
Say
not like
people
that, then
try and
I
play
really don't
games
want to
with
do it.
you. They didn't try to play games with you if you mess up on the freestyle. Like, oh, you can't write. You can't rap. Like, no, I'm finna put this pen to the paper and really get to you, huh?
So
Right. Yeah, we could still, we could still fool around, but like I'm not gonna like if we just kicking it,
Yeah.
I'm a freestyle. I ain't gonna be, I ain't gonna be, whatever, like oh whatever, but I can let you have it, but you feel me?
So would you say that you are pretty similar to some of the artists that's out there in Florida, or do you think that you like got your own unique sound?
That's a good question because, like, believe it or not, in Orlando, there's a hip hop scene out here. So there's lyricists, and there's, I've dabbled in every scene. You know what I'm saying? I've done shows in the trap scene. I've done shows in the rap scene. So like the backpack scene. So I've seen both scenes, and I feel like my style is unique because I do both, and I do them well. I do them like I'm not gonna go crazy say I'm the best, but like I do it well enough where it's like, bruh, sliding, like he getting off, whether it's trap or it's lyrical. So, I'm confident to say that like nobody sound like me.
Yeah.
so if you had to pick one of the styles that you've done, like I gotta pick one of these to go and get the bag. Which one are you using?
I would
Boom
have to
bap,
say
trap.
I would have to say I would say lyrical. I would have to say rap. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I feel like
Okay.
it ages well.
Timeless music in
Right.
somewhat.
It ages a lot better than respectfully, it ages a lot better than trap music.
I like
Yeah,
that. I like that a lot.
I was gonna say because it's like you gotta have quotables. You know what I'm saying? In a lot of trap, it's like sometimes the way they rap, well, half the time you don't even know what they said until you listen to it a few times.
Exactly. You
And
can miss it.
they don't always have the quotables. They got banging beats and the hooks be on point though. But I think quotables make the classics. And classics aren't always the ones that hit the billboard. Classic are the ones that, like you said, aged well.
Yes. Yeah. And
See,
then another thing that I heard you say is just about how, with your sound. Like, sometimes we're in Chicago. So most people think it's gonna be that drill, it's gonna be the same thing. So you kind of get stuck in a realm when you're from a certain city. Oh, like, oh, I know what you're gonna sound like already. You know what I mean? So people kind of could put that stigma on you. So that's why I wanted to know, like, do you feel like because you like you say you can adapt to any sound. They want to hear it fast, you got it fast. They want lyrical, you got lyrical. So sometimes I was like, do we feel like you kind of going into more of what you see around you to kind of keep in with the blend, or do you always just stay original, go off what it is you feeling?
Yeah, primarily it's how I'm feeling. So, I kind of already got an idea of how I want to attack certain things or how I want to approach certain things. So I go off that. I don't react off others. I don't really watch a lot of other people. You know what I'm saying? I've already kind of been, I listen to the greats, you know what I'm saying? I do listen to a lot of the younger artists and things like that. There's a lot of this talent is talent, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And believe it, like there's even some mumble raps like that. It's still sliding, but you know, for me, I just again, I really focus on like just me, how what I got going, how I'm gonna approach it, and what kind of impact is it gonna have on others.
Now let's talk about live performances. Because when you have impact on others, they also a lot of people want to see you on that stage. What has been one of your most memorable performances, and how do you prepare when you going to be out there for a big stage and performance?
I'm happy that you asked me that because so as an artist, like people and a lot of artists don't notice is there's different types of artists. So you got like artists that are like freestylers. There's
Mm-hmm.
artists that are writers. There are recording artists, and then there's performing artists that like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Like there's artists that they can make a song, but when they on stage, they it's not it.
Can't do it.
You know what I'm
I've
saying?
seen
Or
that. You are so right.
you know, or you see you go to an open mic and you hear an artist, he's incredible. You're like, wow, like why is he not signed? And then you listen to his music, it's like, bro, like get it mixed and mastered, like, you know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So there's different aspects of being an artist, and performance is actually where like I excel. You know what I'm saying? Because my breath control, stage presence, like it's a whole art. You know what I mean? So you know when it comes to performances, my most memorable one was when I opened up for Mobb Deep, rest in peace, Prodigy. You know what I'm saying? They was out here in Orlando, the packed house. I don't know, it was like 500-600 in attendance. Um, and you know, I'm sorry I gotta bring this up, man, but like there was an artist there, and bro tried to one of the opening acts. Now, mind you, when we in hip hop, it's a tougher crowd. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you know, people not gonna automatically gravitate to anybody music, especially if they there for Mobb Deep. So
Yeah. It's
you know,
rough,
basically
actually.
one of the
Mhm.
opening acts, and he came on before me, so it worked out perfectly. Was bro try to rap? He tried to bust a freestyle or whatever on a Mobb Deep beat.
Mm.
So he started getting like the manager heard it because Mobb Deep was on the little on the where the artist the green room is on the second
Mm.
floor. So the manager came down, barked on the DJ, shut bro's whole set down. Everybody booing, went crazy. It was like, bro, this is like probably my only movie moment. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
when I come on stage, it's already, you know, fortunately,
The,
you
the
know what I'm
tension
saying,
is
like the
high.
way, yeah, you know what I mean. So I already had a little at the time. I already had like a little sauce in the city or whatever. I had my little, you
Yeah.
know. So when I got on stage, you know, people started, you know, cheering it all, whatever. And then I did my 1-2, you know, bodied it, lyrical, you know what I'm saying? Certain parts, the DJ cutting it off, I'm going in, you know what I mean? Just
Yes.
a whole set, moving from left to right, using the whole stage, my hype man
Yes.
using the whole stage. Like we give you a show. Bam. So they showed me Crazy Love. There was a movie. It was just a movie. You know, Havoc at the Prodigy was on the other side, but Havoc, you know what I'm saying, gave me a salute. And
Yeah.
that's my moment. You know what I'm saying? That's my hip
Yeah.
hop moment. Putting it down on the stage.
That's legendary right there.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
you know,
super legendary. I've
you
only had the chance to see Mobb Deep perform one time, and that was a month before Prodigy passed. So may he rest in
R.I.P.
peace. My husband and
yeah,
his friends have been going every year when they come to Chicago, and there's one particular time I was like, I'm going. I want to go. And I was so glad that I actually made it to that concert at the Concord here in Chicago. So, man, super, super dope. And that's a great memory, man. And
yeah,
you know, it's so many artists, man, that don't have breath work, don't have stage presence. And like you said, I've seen some artists where it's like they can have the best of the song, but if they can't deliver it right, if you can't hit it right, then you lose like some of the momentum of the actual song. So I love that you say that. Is it anything that you do specifically like to prepare yourself, or are you in the gym running? Are you performing all the time? Do you and your hype man like do choreography? Not trying to be funny, but like seriously, how good what does your preparation look like for those live performances?
Well, yeah, not just practice. You know what I mean? Practice, practice, practice. I don't really typically have a hype man.
Hmm.
You know, I do have my boy DJ Session. You know what I'm saying? Whenever he can, but I try to have my set list already set. Like, so I'll put
Mm-hmm.
together like a show version of what I have, and then I just nonstop practicing it in the car. Practice, just practice, 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 practice. And my practice is if I mess up, you just got to start over. So you can't like mess up a little bit and then finish your set. You gotta. So I practice it until I can do them straight, and then when I can do them straight, now I feel good.
Now, we talked a little bit about music and fun. Let's get serious for a minute. Like, tell us a little bit about what your experience has been with marketing and promotions. You know, what are some of the hurdles that you have even hit in the process of you really trying to get your music out here?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you know one of the biggest expenses was you know with the video with the visual work, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and you got to really be smart, you know, as an artist, especially when you fund your own music. you gotta be real smart on what you spend the most money on, and try to limit. So that's where it's like, okay, I'm spending a lot of money on studio time. How can I, you know what I'm saying, consolidate that? So that's, you invest into your own microphone, invest into your own sound. And, same thing with the visuals, So now I'm not spending a lot of money to create music. So, that would probably be my first piece of like advice to anybody out there, is to really like focus on where your money goes as far as creating the music. Because the most important part is getting the music out there. So shift your budget more towards getting your music out there. Once you have a solid sound, you know what I'm saying? Not to say it has to be perfect, but create a solid sound that sounds good and sonically. And then, you know what I'm saying, focus on your bread on the marketing. Now, another thing I will say is always try to work with references. You know what I mean? If it's not vouched, like don't just see something on Instagram and just be like, all right, let me just send $500 to somebody Cash App because they got 300,000 followers and they whatever. Like, try to always get people that either personally or has worked with that person before. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of, as an artist, there's a lot of different channels, a lot of different people that want the money from the artist, because the artist has to pay for the beat, pay for the studio, pay for the promotion, pay for the DJ, pay. So, make sure that money that you going, you actually getting something from it. So,
Yes.
Not to say, always, it's sometimes it's better, instead of spending $1,000 on that one person that got 100,000 followers, you could still spend that $1,000 on 20 people that got 1,000, 500,
Yes.
1,000 followers. So now, you know what I'm saying, you building you actually getting more tangible results. You know what I mean? So it's about working smarter, not harder. And then another thing too is just like, don't get wrapped up on the views, because if your song might have 100 views right now, but if you keep releasing music, by next year that song not gonna have 100 views. You know what I'm saying? That song is gonna what I've noticed about the algorithm is it compounds. So the more you release and the more you drop, the more you feed in the algorithm, by the time they catch on to that last song or whatever, you know what I mean? Once that one might start heating up, and then it'll fuel the other one, and it's just, but it all happens because you keep laying down work. So it don't happen without the work. So yeah. So
That's
I
typical
like
right
it.
there.
Like I kind of go back and forth. Like I feel like sometimes I let the artist know, let's put a product out there. Let's let it simmer. Let's work on that one song. Let's push it. But then, like you say, sometimes we can push whole albums or a couple of singles. And like I tell my artists, once people hear this song and they like it, guess what? They're going to click on your name. They want to see other stuff you got. They want to see some stuff you released 2 years ago. So it's like you say, it's going to bring them songs up once you go to the next one, because you never know which one going to hit. You never know which is going to be that song. But whichever one catches somebody, they going to click your name to see what else you got. So yeah, you definitely got to keep them numbers running, keeping it going. I love everything about you as an artist, man. You just got so many different gems, so much stuff. I know you got some new projects and stuff coming up.
we got pretty much our whole year pretty much planned out. So we're going into second quarter. We were promoting New Legend. It's still in rotation. It's picking up. It's starting to grow legs. And then we got third quarter. We're releasing EPs every quarter, and then we'll be releasing videos. As everything's going to all align. And when it lines up, it'll all make sense, and it'll be history.
Tell us what's the full Polo Baby Flako? Where you get the name from?
Absolutely. So yeah, I've been wearing. I mean, before I even got connected with Low Life, I've been wearing polo. So that's just, we get that straight out the way. And then Flako, I'm Dominican. You know what I'm saying? So I'm slim, so they always call me Flako. That's like my childhood name. Okay. And then, you know what I'm saying? So, and I ain't gonna say my age, but I still got the baby face. So it's Polo Baby Flako. So you know what I'm saying? You get the whole 3-in-1.
I love it. All right. So last question that we want to ask you. If you were 100% living your dreams and everything was what you wanted it to be in the next 3 to 5 years, where would Flako be?
Oh man, we're gonna be all over the world. We're gonna be creating sounds. We're gonna be on top of just, you know, me doing whatever it is I do with my personal music, we're gonna be creating a way for, you know, and a path for other artists to accomplish and get and be great as well. So we're gonna work on that as well.
Man, I love it. That means you're a leader and you want to teach others. Ain't no gatekeeping, you
Oh
know?
yeah.
And that's what we got to do out here for our culture, and stop holding on to everything and spread the love, spread the unity, spread the education. You know what I mean? Because what they used to say when we was young, the more you know, the more you grow, right?
100%, 100%. I just want to shout out as well. So one of the things that I do during my videography experiences, I created a platform. It's called Cypher Sundays. We interview artists. We put together group meetups and ciphers and stuff like that. And we were able to lock in an interview with KRS-One. And we've also been able to film, you know, Master Killer when they came out here, Currency. We're connected when a lot of the big artists come. We got Jay Electronica and Stove God coming. I'll be the one filming that. So
Nice.
a lot of the
Wow.
times that the hip hop acts come, I get to film them based off of my connections. And so Cypher Sundays is the platform. Whenever you guys get a chance, also check that out. We got some dope interviews as well. And yeah, we just, you know, that's where the, you know, trying to create a path for others as well. That's where that platform comes from. And I curate, I manage, I run all that whole process as well.
Oh,
Man,
man.
that sounds super
We
dope.
got
Right, man. I had too much fun. I think that you are one of the most intellectual artists that we talked to, but you still got that urban swag, you know what I mean? Still you young and just vibrant. I think that you have a great future. From the music that we listen to, like we say, they sent us more of one genre. So I'm looking forward to like hearing more from you, seeing what you got going on. I want to hear these new projects. Like I say, I already know that you, from us hearing your pen game already, you got a lot to you. I wish you so much good luck. I'm looking forward to working with you, not just through Fleet Mag, the Fleet DJs, but us personally too. You know, we're gonna be coming out there. We travel a lot, so we're gonna be out there in your state real soon. This actual interview, you're gonna get a written article, your video article. So the Fleet Mag, what we do is we break records, we push artists. So whoever connected you with us, like we gotta say big ups and salute to them because they brought us a good one tonight, man. For real, for real. I'm super excited that they got you hooked up with us. And we're gonna get you in on one of these conference calls too. On the conference calls, we'll be able to talk to you a little something. But they do music review. We're gonna play them songs right then and there, so you can see us in our face. You know, with how we vibing with it and stuff like that. Talk to some of the other Fleet DJs and see how they can get your music on mixtapes in the clubs, on some of their radio shows and more. Because the Fleet Mag, the Fleet DJs, we do everything. So yeah, so I'm glad to channel you in, man. This has been a super dope Fleet Mag situation. I want you to tell everybody where they can follow you at. Because if y'all don't know, Polo Baby Flako, he is up next, man. He's already up, you know what I mean? But y'all gonna learn the name. Tell them where they can follow you at and find the music.
Absolutely. So all platforms at Polo Baby Flako, it's Flako, you know what I'm saying? So Polo Baby Flako, all one word. You know, Wikipedia, all that, you know, type it in, Google, the algorithms will do what they gotta do. And yeah, it's me, I'm him. I really appreciate the opportunity and giving, you know, getting the chance to even be heard by you guys out there in Chicago. I will be in the building in Chicago. I will be out there in Jacksonville with y'all. You know what I mean? We moving and grooving. This is a 2-year plan, so you're gonna see me for 2 years. Now, if we can't get nothing for 2 years, then hey, you might have to just get back in that behind that camera. So, you know,
We gonna find a way. I want you to do both. I actually want you to do both. You know what I mean? What I do with my own company is visibility and growth for artists, and I find plans for people. And what I see for you is there's no one that you got to leave the other. I think that you need to do the camera stuff so you can keep funding your music career. And once your
100%.
music career goes to the places that it does, you're gonna be generating money from both sides. But that camera, like you say, I tell artists all the time, where they like, should I quit my job, MzMinah? And I'm like, hell no. Like, don't never quit your job. Don't never let up what's bringing in your income and your money because it's going to help you to look your best. It's going to help you to be able to travel when you need to. It's going to help you to market yourself. So you with that camera, when you come to the Shy, when you come, not only we going to have you on some stages and perform, I want you to get in and get some footage and stuff, get some video content. I'm going to be telling the artists, hey, we got a celebrity photographer coming in the city. Y'all better book with my boy. You know what I mean? So, yeah, you know, that's type of stuff we do. We're going to channel you so we can help you to get some money in your pockets too and have some fun out here with us, you know?
So that. I'm gonna hold you to it now. I'm gonna hold you to it.
So I hope you guys have enjoyed it, man. You already know we bring the urban culture to you. It's the Fleet Mag, #1 magazine publication coming out of the Fleet DJs Coalition umbrella. I am your host, MzMinah BrownDivah. Make sure you guys follow me on all social media at MzMinah. That's MzMinah_BrownDivah. You can email me at MzMinah media@gmail or MzMinah.fleetmag@gmail.com. I'm gonna see y'all next time right here on another artist spotlight with another dope artist like Polo Baby Flako. Go to the fleetmag.com to catch not only this amazing interview, but more. And you already know, follow the Fleet Mag on all social media, and also follow the Fleet Mag Radio, man. You already know we got some dope artists, and we definitely gonna need a submission from you to add some of that music right on the Fleet Mag radio station. Okay, we will be back, and we'll see y'all next time. Big love.